and blown away. The brother is so into poetry, okay? He holds a poetic house party at his house. If you have not been to a poetic house party, you don't know. You just don't know. It goes down. So the brother is into poetry. He's coach slam. He's just awesome. He's just phenomenal. Y'all, it's getting ready to be crazy up in here. So hold on to your seats, and I want y'all to give it up for Mr. B. Frail!
Pulls up in the dips. He gives me the scoop about the big ass truth.
Hey yo! What's up, second verse? How y'all doing, baby? Alright. So I told myself I ain't gonna treat this like it's like a feature, you know. I gotta be at home, so you know, I get kind of crunk at Neo, so when I say second, you say first. Second verse. But louder, you know, the one guy off the mic shouldn't be louder. When I say vocab, you say glow. Vocab, glow. Vocab, glow. All right, y'all ready for some poetry, baby? Y'all ready? Okay, so we got Valentine's coming up, and I completely believe in love. I think it is the strongest, most powerful thing out there. But I think people for Valentine's Day get lost because they see love through just one lens. Oh, the romantic love. And they forget about the love of their child. And they forget about the love of society and the love of self. And so I'm going to do some stuff tonight. It's going to cover the whole spectrum. Is that cool? All right. All right, so this first piece is called Delilah. I'm writing a series of poems named after women of the Bible. It has absolutely nothing to do with them. I just wanted to name it that. But what it does have to do with is me. How historically I've made those choices to choose that same type of person that just, man, we kind of collided a little bit. And it just talks about how I've done love before and how I haven't always done it right. She lives life like it's 1 a.m. and she's the last call. Like she is bar stool drunk and staggering. She keeps running up a tab that she knows she can no longer afford. But still, she's going to buy round after round because she's believing that maybe the next shot of the next shot of the next shot will finally finish what she started. See, she's her own worst habit that she's been unwilling to kick. She's one step short. The first step needs to admit that she doesn't have a problem, y'all. That girl, she is the problem. She's like a 4:30 Friday afternoon bomb threat. I mean, she has false alarm written all over her. No, she's like a lone cone guarding an empty parking lot. No, she's like a no school crossing sign and she is flashing on a Sunday morning. See, everything about her, every little thing about her says, warning, run away. This girl, she will be hazardous to your heart. Boy, get in your car, drive off and get your love at a safe distance, sir. Step back behind the lonely line you have drawn for yourself, sir. You need to move along. So I said, move along. There's nothing here to see. Close your heart like you've closed your eyes so many times. Because if no one gets in, no, then no one can hurt you. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. But who am I to listen to myself? So here she comes approaching me like a car wreck. And I know I should look away or call for help, but I can't. Man, I can't take my eyes off of her. I know I should read the warning sign tattooed along the inside of her throat. You know, check the fine print, that red stain label that says, caution. Do not open her heart under any circumstances. If you're allergic to commitment and chaos, you should consult with this first and get your love out of her reach. Caution. Do not open her heart under pressure. Contents may explode. And she should be handled with care. But who am I to listen to warnings? And besides, we know that a car wreck is a curious thing. Especially during the rush hours of life where you swear you got somewhere more important to be, but you find yourself slowing down and turning your head and looking away from where you want to go and staring at the things you shouldn't, like this 8 a.m. one car wreck of a woman that was fast approaching and everything inside was screaming, run away, run away, run away. But I didn't. Instead, I ran right to her. Heart first and head second. for the simple reason that broken attracts broken, and neither one of us wants to be fixed. And maybe she's believing what I've always been hoping, that somewhere in this pile-up of a relationship, somewhere in the twisted wreckage of each other, maybe there's something we can salvage. You know, a part or two that will make us whole. But I know it doesn't work that way. Because I've been here before. I've been her before. I've been us before. And I know it doesn't work that way. Some hearts are beyond repair. And some wounded birds, it will never heal. So move along. Sir, just move along. There's nothing here to see. Close your eyes like you've closed your heart so many times. Because if no one gets in, no one can hurt you. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Because she's just another car wreck. And you, me, I can't even fix myself. What's up?
We're getting ready to show our appreciation for our teacher, Tip the Poet. Tip the Poet.
They scare me when that voice comes from the back. I'm like, because I'm from the country, I'm like, oh. Don't let the vest fool you. I'm country. Walking with straw in my back pocket, country. From Giddings. There's two of us in the house.
Wow.
Okay, so this is that coming to the realization that I was not loving her right. Wasn't figuring it out. And so I wrote this poem, and it's called Teach Me. I already know how to be a man. My father taught me that. But I want to know, what I need to know is how to be your man. So I'm willing to sit on the front row of your soul while you teach me how to play your heart, please.
Awesome.
Show me. Show me how you want to be loved. Tell me how you want to be touched. I am listening with these hands, and I am praying that I'll hear you say, Brian, welcome to class. Welcome to the first day of loving me forever. So she tells me to sit down, take out a pen, and take notes closest to my heart. She says, lesson number 1, in order to love you completely, I need your perfect attendance and undivided attention. In other words, what I'm saying is that, Brian, when you're with me, I need you to be present, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. When I ask you a question, turn down the TV, look at me, and talk to me. I may not want anything except to hear the sound of your voice, but it doesn't change the fact that I need to hear you. When I come home, open the door, please just stop what you're doing long enough to come down and greet me, because if I've been gone 5 minutes or 5 days, it does not change the fact that I need to be missed. I need to be missed by you. Do you understand? I said, yes. She said, no. Don't answer me. Show me. That's lesson number 2. See, love is commitment and action. It's daily affirmations of flowers, hugs, and kisses tells me louder than any words that you love only me. So this time, I nodded in understanding as I scripted this lesson on the rib closest to my heart, and she smiled. She smiled as if I was becoming her most promising pupil. And then she said, Brian, I have a rib to spare if you need room for more notes. And the irony of her offered sacrifice did not escape me. I resisted the temptation to wander around that first man, first woman type of love, y'all, but I just kept writing. I just kept writing. And she said, well, before I dismiss you from class today, let me give you your homework assignment. I want you to go home and think. Yes, go home and think. No football, no PlayStation, no weed, no Tyrone, no phone calls, just you and your thoughts. I want you to think, and I want you to reminisce and conjure every woman that you ever loved or made love to, and then I want you to forget everything you learned about loving them, because baby, we're all different. We all have different rhythms and we have different flows. Shit that made her laugh pissed me the hell off. Brian, when you make love to me, I want you making love to my body and not her memories. See, those special little things you did for her that made her come, that may be the very thing that makes me go.
Oh my God.
See, we're not one. Women are not one size fits all. And Brian, please, put your fragile male ego on the shelf because I'm talking figuratively, not literally. And with that, y'all, she dismissed me. She sent me home. She sent me home to realize and discover the thing that was obvious. That she was unlike any woman I've ever loved. She sent me home to discard my misplaced baggage of divorce and lost crushes and trying to find someone who's just like my mama. She sent me home. Wow. She sent me home to think. Just think and focus. Focus on the moment. Focus on our moment. Focus on her. See, that's what it's about. When you love somebody, you focus on them. That's what she taught me. And man, I'm telling you right now, I couldn't wait to carry my black ass back to school. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand, 'cause I am tired, I am weak, and I'm worn. I sang this song at the funeral of a 9-year-old daughter of a friend of mine. And y'all, it was absolutely the toughest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Little casket, Joyce bawling her eyes out. But as you get older, you realize that the toughest thing you'll ever do in life is when you meet someone new and you can't introduce them to someone you knew. You know, it's like you see somebody like, God, I wish you would have met. You would have loved her. You'll have so much in common. So I wrote this poem so you guys would get to know her. She had eyes as deep and black as African history. Bolting with joy and innocence. She was just 3 feet tall, but she stood like a giant in my heart. And her smile, well, let's just say that her smile is still on the CDC's top 10 list of most infectious diseases. Believe me, I know, because I've been exhibiting symptoms of her presence ever since the first time she crawled into my soul. I mean my office. See, I barely saw her move out of the corner of my eyes, but I heard her giggle as she tried to hide behind a 3-inch stack of files, so I played along. And I acted as if I didn't see her. But the truth is, I couldn't help but notice her sloping smile, the protruding forehead, and the heavy clumsiness. See, most people will call her retarded if they were being nice. Because in this Spartan-like society where we measure our babies in standard deviations, the percentiles, in pursuit of perfection, and we discard those whose genes don't add up, she was far from the Gerber baby. She was already pre-approved for admission in life of short buses, pity-filled stares, and punchlines, because she wasn't that healthy baby that most mothers pray for, but she was that happy baby that some mothers are blessed with. So with each giggle, she crawled deeper and deeper into my soul. I mean, closer to me. And just as she was about to grab me, I spun around the chair and I grabbed her. Man, she laughed so hard. Y'all know how kids laugh with their whole body? That wasn't enough for her. So she borrowed parts of mine. And somewhere between the symbiotic connection of her giggles and my laughter, I found the space and breath to ask her. I said, what's your name? Gambi. Gambi? That's a beautiful name. My name is Gambi. And just feeling the sound of her name and the shape of her voice was seismic. And I swear, if you could have measured my emotions on a Richter scale, they would have registered 7.5, enough to decimate a small island or a big man. So I began to crumble. My name is Carrie. Her mother called from around the corner. She said, Brian, is she bothering you? I said, no, Joyce. She's good. God, I love her name. Well, we named her after the Campi Belongo. It's the river that flowed in front of Kunta Kinte's village. See, we love the movie Roots so much, and we love the name so much, and we love our candy so much, and they say there are no sweeter words than the sound of your name. Well, now I know there's an extra helping of sugar on top when it's said by your mother. Because candy can be lit up. The waves of excitement were crashing to her ever-deepening dimples. It looked like the perfect complement to the imperfect roundness of her face, y'all. She looked like She looked like a chipmunk on steroids. She looked like she had just swallowed Dizzy Gillespie in the middle of B-flat. Her cheeks were chock full of laughter like she was storing it up for the winter. But now I know she wasn't storing it up for herself. She was storing it up for you and you and you and for our winters to come. So, little did I know that age 7, she'd only have 2 more winters left. I will always remember. Candy, we gotta go now. Mr. Bryan has to get back to work. But before we do you want to give him a hug? And she grinned this big, wide yes, and she raised those fat arms with those matching chubby fingers around my neck, and she squeezed me into a smile. And in that instant, y'all, I knew what it felt like to be laughter. Take my hand, lest I fall, 'cause I'm tired. So I'm gonna do one more for this set, and I'm coming back. So I was gonna do a traditional love poem here, but I'm gonna put that in the next set, okay? Because I'm feeling this next one. So we poets are always looking for prompts to write. I mean, don't break up with us. Your ass will be on this stage quick. So we get y'all with the love piece, boy. We get y'all. Oh, he's so sweet. Break up with me. Break up with me if you want. Leave me. I got ink. I ordered by the gallon. That's some stuff on you. So the prompt that I was working with, though, was just that traditional cliche of, you know, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And so I'm like, okay, let's play with it. Let's see where we can go with this. And then I started thinking about, there's 2 poems in the next set, one in this set and the next set, are really about some really good friends of mine. I love them to death. I love them more than they love themselves. And this is about her. She is a glass house, built on a foundation of gravel and sand, shifting uncomfortably under her weight of just being. She's a concave, convex, carefully crafted, Christ-carved caricature of crystal and chaos. Okay. She's a living reflection of raised windows and open panes. So on her best day, in her very best moment, y'all, you can see right through her. No curtains to drape her soul, no closed blinds. She's just wide open, but blind to the understanding that life is short and that she is fragile and that time is to be lived and not wasted. And I want to tell her, you need to get past whatever it is you can't get past from your past. Because every breath that you take in anger and regret is a breath that you steal from the very life of your soul. And believe me, I know that she won't listen. Instead, she just stands there, clearly aware of the consequences she's contemplating. Her hands full of stones that she knows she should never throw. But if you look carefully at the self-inflicted cheap history splintering over her fragile frame, if you retrace the cracks in this smile, they will lead you to a woman who's led a life of repeated mistakes that have left her shattered and broken. Discarded shards fall like tears, so on some nights, if you listen closely, you can hear her cry herself to sleep. But on other nights, she inverts her knees, cuts words out of the Bible, pastes them on the inside of a poem, and raises them up as ransom notes to God, threatening to kill her faith. Threatening to kill her faith if he doesn't answer her prayers to turn her into stone, if he doesn't answer her prayers to turn into something harder than a life. But God is a gangster because he does not negotiate with terrorists, even if it is for their own soul. So he tells her, when he tells her every night, he says, you are what you are. I've given you free will, so you are what you've chosen to be, so don't you dare blame me for the distorted proportions of your life. You are both glass and blower. So with each breath you shape your destiny. With each inhale and exhale you contour your narrow soul. Blow yourself forever beautiful. Fall in love with your flaws. It's a little known fact. Glass is actually a fluid. It is imperceptibly shifting and moving at all times, and so too can you, baby. Just move. But she won't listen. Instead, she just stands there desperately trying to be something more cathedral, something more spiritual than this transparent face she's been living. Always believing that the glass is clean on the other side and proudly boasting she don't do windows, so she's never taken the time to clean the smudge marks that have streaked her soul. And I know she'll just stand there, teetering on the edge of hopelessness and despair. And I want to grab her, y'all. I want to catch her. I want to tell her, stop breaking yourself. Stop breaking yourself. But she will not listen because she's a glass house. She is single pane and cracking. She's unable to weather the storms from within. She is a glass house built on a foundation of gravel and sand, and she is shifting uncomfortably under her weight of just being. What's up, second place?
God, give it up for being friends.